Let's now return to our top story, where the Independent National Electoral Commission has presented a budget estimate of 873.77 billion naira before the National Assembly for the 2027 general election. Joining me on TVC News at 7 for more on this is Jide Ojo. Dr. Ojo, 873.77 billion naira is what INEC has requested. And we know that a number of people are already requesting for electronic transmission of results. Should this fund be used for that purpose?
Ambassador, good evening. Good evening, Nigerians. I'm not shocked by the gargantuan sum INEC is requesting. And specifically to your questions about the electronic transmission, this must possibly have been factored into the whole budgeting process. Don't forget that in 2023, Nigeria spent about 470 something of over 400 billion for the 2023 elections. Now, if you look at the devaluation of the currency in the last 3 years, it justifies the fact that you can't be paying ad hoc workers the same amount you paid them 4 years ago. You cannot be paying vendors the same amount you paid them when they meet their supply 3-4 years ago. So I even expect the amount to cross the 1 trillion naira mark because I read that there is a 171 trillion amount for 2025, which is being requested, and then this 800 billion plus. And this is just a first tranche. This is just a first tranche because INEC will still make a request in the 2027 budget, hoping that that budget will come in before the election takes place February, March 2027.
But Dr. Ojo, if we look at previous budgets that INEC, has presented and eventually what it got, would you say the Commission has judiciously used the funds that's been allocated to it over time?
Yes, I will affirm that. Don't forget, Ambassador, that it's from this money that INEC will conduct the February 21 area council election. It's from this one that INEC will conduct Ekiti governorship election in June. It's from this same budget that INEC will draw to conduct the Osun governorship election on August 8th.
Which budget are you talking about, Dr. Ojo? Sorry, please. Which budget are you talking about, 2025 or this proposed 2026 budget?
This 2026 budget will be used to fund the Ekiti and Osun, assuming that they already have money for the area council election of February 21, which is just next week. But I want to believe that this amount from this 800 billion plus, they will conduct, there is even a pending by-election in Rivers State, 2 state constituency election in Rivers, then the Ekiti governorship election on June 20, then August 8, Osun governorship election. Then there are a lot of election activities that will be funded from this budget. Take for instance, this week, Monday, INEC has already devolved the continuous voter registration from the local government level to the from the local government level to RAC center, that's the registration area center, which we call ward. So, and we have 8,809 wards in Nigeria. So, all of these things cost huge sums of money. Already the infrastructure for e-transmission has been put in place in 2023 because INEC already had that IRF portal. I don't think they are going to have another portal to be able to do e-transmission in 2027.
All right.
But suffice to say that they may have to buy software, they may have to expand bandwidth, they may have to do a number of things. So election is a very capital-intensive enterprise. I'm only just putting it out there that the figure may look so big, but when you look at what needs to be done, for instance, in 2023, INEC had to recruit 1.4 million ad hoc staff. And if you are paying that huge sums of people, huge number of people, you should know that you can't be paying them peanuts the way you did. You cannot be paying them the same amount you paid them 4 years ago. So
and Dr.
all
Ojo,
of this has made the budget.
Yeah, and it does appear, yes, it does appear as though the National Assembly is actually attentive to the commission, because we know that the Joint Committee on Electoral Matters has adopted a motion for the implementation of the first line charge policy for INEC's statutory allocation. What does this say about the National Assembly and their efforts to support the commission in achieving its objective?
Very, very laudable. Laudable to the extent that that is the kind of partnership that is needed. Don't forget, INEC has been on first line charge on Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Federation since 2010. 2010 constitutional alteration has put INEC on first line charge on Consolidated Revenue Fund. I don't know whether it was not implemented up till now, because now that you are telling me that they are now saying that they will implement first line charge, this should have been there since 2010 constitutional alteration. By and large, better late than never, if that's not what currently obtains. But what it means in essence is that once the budget is passed, whatever amount is due to INEC will be sent to it under the service-wide vote. So it will not have to go through the rigors of the Ministry of Finance and Central Bank and the Office of Accountant General. All of this will be streamlined, and then it will get its funding directly, immediately the president signs the budget 2026 into law. But it's a welcome development if the National Assembly has committed to ensuring that INEC is on first line. But I'm just telling you, that I know that this has been, the constitution has been altered to put INEC on first line charge on Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Federation since.
Public Affairs Analyst Dr. Jide Ojo, thank you so much for your time on TVC News at 7.
Always a pleasure, my dear sister. Keep safe and stay blessed.
Thank you.